Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another podcast. This is podcast number 10 and I haven't done a podcast I think for exactly a month. I think the last one I did was the 19th of September. Since then I've had a birthday. Ian's had a birthday. Our friends have had birthdays. My mother-in-law's had a birthday and we went away, and yeah, it was all it's all been a little bit crazy. But if you've been watching my vlogs, then you will know. But today I've got 4 finished objects to show you. I've got 2 whips and 2 I want to cast on items. But I thought I'd do a podcast today, as I haven't done one for quite a while, as I've just said. But I hope you're all doing well. I hope you are all staying safe and you're all fine and everything. Thank you for coming back to my channel and wanting to see another podcast. Here is where I go into more detail about projects that I'm working on, projects that I have seen and things like that. So what I want to do is, even if I've seen something but I haven't got no plans to cast on something or that certain something, I will show the pattern because you might want to cast it on or have a look or whatever. I have got some podcast notes that I've wrote down for a change. So I'm going to start. I'm just going to put the book just here, so I've got lots to say basically. Anyway, you can find me on social media. I will put the list here. You can find me on Facebook, on Instagram. You can find me on Ravelry, obviously here on YouTube. You can find me on Snapchat, but I don't really use it. I was on TikTok. I don't really use it. So yeah, but if you are part of Ravelry and you are following me on my Handmade by Dear Designs, then please, if you knit socks, please come and join the sock knit along that I am doing at the moment. It's just using the hashtag Year of My Sock 2020, and I will be drawing a prize winner from that hashtag at the end of the year, probably in January, once everyone's got their socks on the hashtag. I'm terrible for uploading my socks, but we'll get there in the end. I will be drawing a winner at the end of the year, like I said. Just a little something I will send out just for participating basically, and yeah, that's that. I have also started a Ravelry group for this podcast. It is just Dear Designs, and I am on Ravelry as Denise Dear. So, but I will link the group down below anyway, because it would just be easier to get it that way. I've got 2 threads at the moment. I've got introduce yourself, so go on and just say hello and where you're from, when you started knitting, crocheting, crafting, whatever you do. And then I've got another thread, and that is ask me anything. I have a question in there already that I will answer, and basically just go in and ask me anything you want, obviously within reason, but ask me anything and I will answer it on the podcast, not in my vlogs, just to keep it all in the podcasts, it would be easier. I do want to do like some knit alongs or crochet alongs, so if you have any suggestions for knit alongs or craft alongs, let's call it, let me know, and maybe we can all start knitting, crocheting on something together, a little bit like the socks this year. I was going to put that into the Ravelry group, and I thought, no, it's been on Instagram for obviously 10 months now. We'll just keep that on there for now. I was thinking of something Halloweeny, but there's only so many days left in October, so that might not really be any good. So I might do a Christmas one, we shall see. But go and join the group, then you will be able to see if I do anything, and if I do decide to do something, I will just put a separate video up just to say whatever. Anyway, that is the Ravelry. Right, let's get on with finished objects. I'm sorry I've rambled on for long enough. So, finished objects. The first finished object, you will have to excuse that I have worn it and it looks a little bit grubby. But it is my Halloween socks. So I do have a pair under the rest of the finished objects that I've got. So I've only got one on the sock blocker because I've got another pair of socks that I've finished. So these are my Halloween socks, and I've done contrast heels, toes and cuffs in alternating colourway. I'll just show you one for now, it's easier. This is a hand-dyed yarn that I dyed up for Halloween. Didn't really come out how I was expecting. I was expecting a bit more orange, but yeah, hey ho, never mind. So I just used the purple and the green, and I think that has come out quite nicely. They did stripe up differently, but yeah, I have worn these. So the only problem that I've got when I wear socks is that I find they go a little bit felty. I don't know if you can see that, but they go a little bit felty. I use a 2.5mm needle and 64 stitches, and I find that is quite nice, but maybe the fabric is a bit loose. I don't know. But this is finished object number 1, and then I have finished another object, but I don't have it with me anymore, and that is another pair of Halloween socks. If you watch my vlogs you would have seen. It's another pair of Halloween socks, and I knitted my sister a pair, but I only did contrast heels in green. I'm sure it's green. And I gifted them to her as Halloween socks. She put them on straight away. It was literally, I think it was the last time I podcast, or it was my birthday, that I actually gave her them, because yeah. And she really liked them. She put them on straight away, and yeah, she said that she likes hand knitted socks, but she don't want to wear them too much. She don't want to ruin them. I said, but they're for wearing. So I decided to make her another pair. So this is just another, this is, what yarn is this? I think this is Serdar Head Over Heels. Is that what it's called? Soul to Soul, maybe. Soul to Soul, I think this is this yarn. I have got my own pair of these socks. I do have a pair. They do match, and I did actually do them to match. So yeah, I really like the way that I've used the pink as well. Now I was using this pink on my November socks, but I've run out of the pink, and all I've got left is the diddiest little amount. Oh, it's behind my cup here. This is all I've got left of the little pink. So the toes on my socks will just have to be in the yarn that I'm knitting, so that doesn't matter. Like I said, I've got 2 of these. I did a 1x1 twisted. No, 1x1 rib. I didn't twist it or anything. And then I did 20 rows for the ankle, fish lips kiss heel, and then just down, and then a square toe. And yeah, I'm really pleased with them. I think I gifted Casey the Halloween socks after we went away, actually, because I was knitting them while we was away, so it was when we came back. Yeah, anyway. Really pleased with these, and I'm glad that I've got another pair of socks off the needles. So the next finished object is some yarn that Casey bought me for my birthday, which I don't know what I did with the ball band. Oh, it's here. So this is some yarn that Casey bought me for my birthday. She got this from Spain. It's Isabella Fiona. I can't say that middle word, but it's like big, soft, chunky blanket yarn, which is, oh, is so squishy. And I decided to make myself a cowl. Now this is a V-stitch cowl. I just cast on 60 stitches and just did the V-stitch. You can't really see the stitches perfectly in this yarn, but I'm going to try and put it on without getting makeup everywhere. So this is what it looks like on, and I just wanted something that I could put on. It'd be nice and cozy for the winter if I had a coat on. Sometimes a shawl is not enough. It's not enough to cover your ears and your face, and like this can like sort of really go up like here, so I've just got my eyes showing. Obviously I'll still wear a mask if we're out and about or whatever, but it's just nice to have something that is a bit more cozy. Wow. And I cast on 60 stitches, like I said, did the V-stitch, and I just did enough. How many rows did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows in this yarn, because I thought that would be enough, and I didn't want it any higher because I won't be able to scrunch it down anymore or anything like that. So yeah, I used 8mm hook. So this is just a normal metal hook, 8mm. I was going to use a 12mm, and I'm so glad that I didn't, because it would have been humongous. So yeah, anyway, so I did this, and then I showed Casey and she was like, oh, it's really nice. And I went, do you want one? She went, yeah. I went, what colours do you want? She went, the same as that. I said, I haven't got enough of this. She went, all right, surprise me. So I have shown Casey this already. So that's number 3, finished object, that's got my hair in it. And then let me just put that down. And then this is finished object number 4. So this is Aldi yarn. This is the Aldi baby yarn, whatever it was, like the Chanel type yarn. I cast on 60 again. And how many rows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I did 11 rows on this one. I just did it the same length as that one I did, but obviously this yarn is a lot thinner than the other yarn, so it's come out a lot more wholey, and you can actually see the V-stitch a little bit better. But this one is just as nice, and it stands up just as well, if not, like, it's sort of not as chunky, if that makes sense. So you can actually just sort of put it down like this, and then when you're in a bit of wind or whatever, you can just put it up again. It's so simple, and I didn't follow a pattern or anything. I just literally cast on 60 stitches. I joined in the round, then chained 4, double crochet, US terms, into the same stitch, and then just did the V-stitch all the way around and just carried on basically. Quite simple and very effective, I think. I really like it, and I said, oh, I want to make some more, but I probably know I won't wear any more. And this took me an hour and a half, if that, and I was just watching YouTube, and I think I did that on Sunday. Was it yesterday? I think I did it yesterday. So yeah, I really enjoyed working on that. I'd recommend anyone to do one because it'll keep you warm. And I was going to make the boys one each, but I think they're a bit too young. So I might make Ian's nephews, or our nephews, Callum and Connor, one each, and then maybe do one for Charlotte as well, because she's a bit older as well. She's 10. Oh my goodness. So now that brings me on to whips, because I don't have any more finished objects. Right, so my first whip is living in my owl bag with this skull that Jodie bought me for when she come back from holiday. They went to Cornwall in the summer when everyone was allowed to go out. So they went on holiday for, I think it was 2 weeks, a week. think it was 2 weeks. They went camping, so they was like all self-contained anyway. I don't want to bash that on the table because it's quite loud. And in here are my November socks. So let me show you what they look like so far. This is them. Oh, I'm all tangled up in a notebook. So this is them, and they are at exactly the same point. And again, they are striping up completely different to each other, which I don't mind. It's cool. I'm hoping that the other end of the socks will mirror, if that makes sense. But if not, then, and that's all fine. I have used the contrast, which is this, for the heels and the cuff. Won't have enough for the toes, but it doesn't matter. I'm just going to knit the yarn that I'm knitting with and do the toes. So I've literally just done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rows of the foot on that one, and 1, 2 and 4 rows of the foot on the other one. So yeah, I'm going to knit them concurrently. I'm going to do one foot, the other foot, then the toes. But these are extra long. These are extra long. I did 70 rows for the leg, which I don't normally do. I only normally do sort of 40, maybe sometimes 60, but I've never done a 70 row plus a 20 2x2 rib. But I thought that these would be super cozy in my boots. So the yarn I'm using is yarn that I dyed up myself. It's very messy at the moment. Yeah, I dyed this up myself. It is the Regia for hand dye, I think. Yarn for hand dyeing, something like that. So yeah, that is that. Really pleased with that at the moment. Let's put this back in the bag without bashing that big keychain. The second whip that I've got is living in another one of my handmade bags, and I've got one of my badges on it that says stay calm and knit. The reason why I've got this one on my bag is because I originally did a black line around it, and then I decided that I didn't like that, so I took it away. And they are available in my shop. But anyway, so the next thing that I have finally cast on, should I say, is the ripple butt shorts. Now let me show you a picture. So this is what they will look like, and I have done the top that matches. It wasn't the last top that I knitted, it was a top that I knitted beginning of lockdown, when lockdown was happening. Can't remember, it was quite a while ago. Might have even been last year. No, I don't think it was that long ago. I'm terrible, my memory is so bad. But I am using Aldi yarn that I didn't think I would have enough of when I was knitting the top, and a lovely lady said, I've got some of that, let me send you some. She sent me another 2 packets. So this is the yarn. It is self-patterning yarn, just knit and purl, and the yarn that I had a horrible smell. It was like a really plasticky, it wasn't very nice. But this doesn't smell at all, and the other pack doesn't smell. Maybe it was just the batch and where mine was stored in the shop or whatever, I don't know. But this is what it looks like in the ball, and I have started knitting the shorts finally. Wait 1 second. I just had a parcel through the door, and I think, yes, it's the charger for my camera, so that's quite good. So I don't have to keep having the wire plugged in when the battery's going low. Anyway, so I kept saying that I was going to cast these on, and I didn't, and they've been in the bag ready to go for ages. And yesterday I finally bit the bullet. I already chained the visual cast on that was in the bag already. Yesterday I finally bit the bullet, and I was like, right, I need to cast these on. Ian wasn't here, I was just chilling watching YouTube and not really doing much, so I cast on. if I can, so I cast them on. Now you start from the top. Let me just, what am I doing here? You start from the top, so you start at the waistband, and you, oh, it's inside out. Denise, what are you doing? Right, so yeah, you start at the waistband. So you start on the inside of the waistband, which is just normal knit. And they say to do it for 3 centimetres, which is approximately 8 rows, but I did 10 because I thought, well, I'll do a little bit longer. So I've got some more rows to do on the 2x2 rib. Now what happens is this gets folded over and it will sit like that. Obviously, as you can see, I've got some more rows to do for the rollover bit. And then what you do is you pull off the provisional cast on and you join it together so that it's like a double thickness waistband. Anyway, I don't know whether it's going to be long enough or big enough for me, but I'm sure it'll be fine. Now I'm knitting these shorts to go with my top that I knitted in exactly the same yarn, exactly same pattern, 3x3 rib, to have a pyjama set. Now this pyjama set I might use here, I might use on holiday, I might use wherever, but I am really excited to get these like a little bit more finished so I can just see what they look like. So it's a 1x1 twisted rib. It's really pretty and I'm looking forward to getting some more done. And yeah, so that's another whip that I'm quite excited about, and glad that I've actually got on the needles and started, because sometimes, I don't know about you, but sometimes if I have a project that I'm not too sure about, I just leave it and I think, no, I'm not good enough to do that. No, I can't do that. It's like, and that is actually a paid for pattern. I know I've said a little bit about the waistband, but there's nothing really. And I thought, no, I have paid for this pattern. Let me at least try it, which I did, and I'm quite enjoying. So I will carry on knitting and enjoying it and seeing how we go. That is a pattern by Jessie Made Designs. I didn't say that either, did I? Jessie Made Designs. It is, I think, is it linked on my Ravelry? I'm not sure, but I haven't done any Ravelry stuff for a couple of days. So anyway, that brings me to the next part, which is what I want to start. So the next thing I want to start is, or next two things that I want to start really. One of them being another pair of socks. So like I've said before, I want a pair of socks that is year of my sock, and then I want another pair or another sock to be knitting on just randomly, and I can pick up and switch between two. The next pair is going to be this, which is Serdar's Heart and Soul, which I think is the same yarn that I knitted these socks in. So yeah, it is a 4-ply, 75% wool, 25% nylon, blah blah blah, normal sock yarn, and I'm going to be Christmas knitting. I'm not going to say who these are going to be for, but I am going to be Christmas knitting some socks, which I'm really excited about. And yeah, I can't wait to get these cast on. I'm not going to do contrast heel toes and cuffs or anything like that. I'm just going to knit with this yarn and possibly do an afterthought heel. If not, I will just do a fish lips kiss and just see how I get on. I have got some blue that will match this, so I don't break up the stripes. So I might do the heel in a contrast. Just thinking about that now, actually. I don't want to break up the row. Like with this, where I've done the contrast heel, it's not broke up any of the stripe pattern, which I really like. So yeah, I might do that actually. I need to pull out a blue. So yeah, that is that. I will be just knitting those as normal and go from there. Then the next thing, which I am super duper excited about. Let me just bring some of the yarn here. Now if you watched my vlogs, you would have seen that I yesterday balled up some yarn, and today I have caked up some yarn. Oh my god, I'm so super duper excited about this. Let's just get a thumbnail. But I'm just super excited about this. So I've got 5 balls of yarn here. It's all 4-ply, it's all sock yarn, and yeah, I'm going to be knitting the Flax Light by Tin Can Knits. I have printed the pattern. It's a free pattern, so I'm not going to be worried about sharing anything that I shouldn't. I have printed it, and yeah, it's so many sizes. So it goes from 0 to 6 months all the way to 6XL, which is a 66.5 inch chest. Wow. So they're size inclusive. This pattern is very size inclusive, and it's amazing. I could even make Ian a jumper. That's how big this pattern goes up to. So yeah, it's just amazing, and I will be casting on. Now this isn't a fade pattern or fade design or anything like that, but what I'm going to do is work out how long that I will be knitting this jumper, and then I will hopefully be doing sort of one colour in so many inches and then fading it, and then so on and so forth. So I have 5 balls, which is 500 grams, which I'm hoping will be enough to make a jumper for me in 4-ply. Like I've said, if I haven't got enough yarn, then what I will do is dye up another one for the bottom. So the first colourway is this. I have wrote them down because I'm not going to keep pulling out the ball bands. So the first colourway is by Love Hand Dyed, and this is called Purple Hearts. And I actually dyed some yarn, which is this one, which will be the next colourway. Now like this, it looks like there's a big stark sort of, it's gonna be sort of, you're gonna notice the change. For some reason in the ball and in the hank skein didn't look that bad, but like this it does look quite different, but never mind. Anyway, that's ball number 1, and then number 2 is yarn that I dyed up myself to actually match in this sequence. So this is ball number 2, and then we're going to go into ball number 3, which is this one. Now this one's got a lot more grey and darker parts in it, so let's put that one down. And this one I actually dyed up as well. I can't remember if it was this one I dyed up. No, I don't think it was. I think it was that other one. Obviously I've dyed them all, but I dyed specifically to match the sort of gradient that I had. So this is another one that I dyed up myself. It's got the pinks, the purples and the greys. There's no grey as such in this one, but as we go into the next yarn, which is this one, there are some greys and some blacks and some darker parts. Now this one is by Ava Inner Yarns, and this is Unbreak My Heart. And this is, like, as you can see, there's a lot more dark, so that's why I put some more dark in, or I wanted one with dark in it basically. So really pleased with this one, and yeah. But then the only other one that I had after that was going darker again, so I thought, well, the lighter ones can be in the middle and the darkers can be at the top and bottom, because then that will sort of take your eye away from the middle, if that makes sense. I don't know. But the next yarn is going to be this one, which matches that really well. So it's very, very similar colours, and this one is again by Love Hand Dyed. This is called Plum Bruise. So this has got more sort of like darker pinks and greys, more plummy colours, I would say, like purplies and pinks and that. So this is my gradient going from this side of the screen to the other side. It looks really sort of different on screen. Wow, I'm gonna drop them all. It looks really different on screen to what they do in real life. That middle one does look like a lot different, but we're just gonna knit and see what happens, because at the end of the day, if it is a little bit poppy or whatever, I don't care. And I'm just excited about knitting a gradient with some yarn that I have purchased, some yarn that I've dyed myself, and as you all know, I am trying to dye some yarn to sell in my shop, and you never know, I might even do another gradient for myself to knit, and if this is a success. And I can't wait to actually have a 4-ply jumper. I haven't got any jumpers that are quite light, really. So yeah, I'm really excited to get that started, but I want to get that started sort of when I'm halfway through the shorts, so then I haven't got sort of 2 things freshly on the go. Anyway, that's everything sort of crafty related. The next thing is going to be a little bit about my Etsy store, so if you're not interested in that, thank you so much for watching, and I shall see you all in the next podcast. But if you are interested, then my Etsy shop update. I have some new badges in the shop. I will put some pictures up here because I forgot to get them. But I have shown in a video before in one of my vlogs the designs. My link is my shop link is down below anyway. So I have got some new badges, and I've got a Yarn Life badge and a Merry Christmas badge. I haven't got any Halloween badges this year just because I didn't really have time, and it's a bit late really, I think, to have sort of Halloween badges. I would have liked them out sort of middle of September for people to get ready and get their Halloween knits on, and beginning of sort of October and that. So, but yeah, there are a Christmas one and there is a Yarn Life one. Also, if you've been watching my vlogs, then you would have seen that I dyed up 5 skeins of yarn last week. It's just yarn that I had left over, and I thought, oh, let's dye some yarn and see if anyone would be interested in purchasing that said yarn. Wow, within half an hour it had gone. So I know it was only 5 skeins, but I was expecting to at least have it for, I don't know, a week maybe, but in half an hour it had gone, and I was overwhelmed with the response to the yarn, and people wanting more, and the orders that I got that were stitch markers and badges and the yarn. I was just sort of gobsmacked, and I just want to say thank you to the people that have bought the yarn. If you do start knitting with the yarn, please tag me in, or even join my group on Facebook and put a picture up of something you've started knitting with it, or on Instagram tag me either on my personal page or my Handmade by Dear Designs. I would love to see what the yarn turns out to be. One colourway was called Scirocco and the other colourway was called Muted Christmas, just because the colours didn't come out as strong as I was expecting, but that's okay. There's no yarn that you could say is scrap if you dye it, because at the end of the day it can all be used, unless you cook it too much and it felts. But that didn't happen. It was just not as strong. The colourways were just not as strong as I was expecting, but that's all fine. At the moment everything is experimental with me, so there won't be many sort of repeat colourways when I do put some more yarn in the shop. I'm going to try and have a book. I've got another one of these big massive A4 lined books, and I'm going to use that as my hand dyeing sort of instruction book. So the next time I do dye some yarn, I will write down exactly how I've done it, the colours that I've used, where I've put them, maybe draw a little sketch or something, I don't know. So yeah, I will be putting some more yarn in the shop. It's not going to be a constant thing. I will probably only do so many a month at the moment, just because I haven't got the room, and if the yarn goes quick enough, like, I will buy more yarn and then dye more yarn. So it's more like a how can I explain, more like a in and out type of thing. So I get some in, dye it, it goes out, get some in, dye it, it goes out. I don't want to have too much yarn lying around that's not selling, because that just will not be productive really. So if you are interested in yarn, then let me know and I will be putting some more up. I am going to be ordering some more, just need to wait for Ian to get paid really. So yeah, that will I will buy some more yarn with that, and it's not going to be loads and loads of yarn. It just will be enough for me to dye up some, experiment, and then sell some to you for you to experiment too. So you can knit or crochet up something, a shawl maybe, a hat, socks. It could be anything you want. Obviously, I'm not gonna limit you on what you can use the yarn for. It's yours. You've bought it, you've purchased it, it's yours. Anyway, that's going to be enough of me rambling today. Please come and join my Ravelry group. Come and join me on Instagram. My link is down below, but I think that if you do it through the computer, you can't post anything. I don't know, Instagram's quite weird, to be honest. But if you're on your phone, I think it will take you through the app. I also have on my Instagram account, I have a link tree. So everything is, all my links are in there. So what I might do is put my link tree down below as well. So if you are on a phone or whatever, it can just take you straight to the link. Might be a bit easier, but still have all my individual links down below as well. Anyway, that's going to be enough of me rambling. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this podcast, and I will be more regular. I have decided to sort of do more work around my knitting, crocheting, craft, Etsy, badges, yarn, blah blah blah. And yeah, so thank you so much for watching, and I appreciate every single one of you that support my channel, whether that's buying, just liking my video, commenting, watching, anything. It means the world to me that I have such lovely people out there, so thank you so much. Definitely gonna go now. Thank you, and I shall see you in the next podcast. Bye.